Hey, welcome to Daily Bravo Drama. In this video, we will be talking about the explosive secret lives of Mormon wives' court rulings and leaked plots, Kim Zolciak losing temporary custody, Stephen McBee Jr., Mick B entering an anger retreat, text message receipts rocking Southern hospitality and teen mom, Bozoma, Buzumu, St. John's schooling Andy Cohen.
Yeah.
Larsa Pippin's Larsu Split, and the wild mid-season trailer for Rhode Island. We'll cover everything coming up in this audio. Hey, this is Delilah.
Hey, this is Fahid.
Welcome to Reality TV Audio Podcast, where we break down the latest to reality TV every day.
Absolutely.
So today our mission for this deep dive is to untangle this incredibly messy intersection of real-life legal battles and reality TV storylines.
Because right now the cameras are off, but the judges are definitely watching.
Yeah, exactly. We want to bring you, the listener, the ultimate receipt check on all the sources provided today. Because what happens when manufactured drama crashes into the actual unforgiving walls of the legal system?
It is a completely different ballgame now. I mean, we are looking at a fundamental shift where legal documents and courtroom transcripts, they aren't just background noise anymore.
Right.
They are the primary plot lines.
Which is wild. And we are starting with the most viral, heavy-hitting news right now, simply because the real-life consequences here are just massive.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so I'm talking about the secret lives of Mormon wives legal battle. This whole situation between Taylor Frankie Paul and Dakota Mortensen.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
They just had a highly publicized, incredibly intense court hearing. And the judge ended up ordering mutual protective orders. So that means a strict 100-foot stay away for both of them.
The specifics of that hearing are just, they're fascinating, especially the language the judge used on the record.
Oh, the terminology was intense.
Exactly. He explicitly called Dakota calculating and deliberative.
Wait, wow.
Yeah, while he labeled Taylor as reactive.
Okay, so break that down for us a bit, because calculating versus reactive, I mean, that sounds like standard legal jargon.
It does.
But I imagine in a family court setting, that distinction is basically the whole ballgame, right?
Precisely. When a family court judge uses a word like calculating, they are identifying a clear, premeditated pattern of behavior.
Meaning they aren't just snapping in the moment.
Right. It implies someone who is plotting outcomes. Now, reactive, on the other hand, implies that a person is responding to a trigger.
Like an outburst.
Exactly, usually in an environment of high stress or extreme provocation.
So the judge is essentially recognizing this highly toxic dynamic where both parties are engaging in destructive behavior.
But with entirely different underlying mechanisms, yes.
Right, which leads directly to the custody ruling for their son, Ever. Because this part is tough. Dakota is keeping primary physical custody.
Wow.
And Taylor is limited to just 8 hours of visitation a week until a final decision on May 11th.
That is a severe restriction.
It is. And we also have to mention the context her lawyer brought up. They noted that she suffered 2 miscarriages prior to the major 2023 incident.
Oh, that's such heavy context.
And alcohol was a massive factor back then, which her team insists is no longer an issue. But I really have to stop and push back on this ruling for a second. Think about this, for you listening at home. Imagine this, like a referee blowing a whistle on a match where both players are constantly throwing fouls.
Yeah, a totally mutual mess.
Exactly. If the judge is ordering a mutual restraining order and openly calling the father calculating, is restricting a mother to just 8 hours a week actually a protective measure?
Or does it feel like a punishment?
Exactly. Does it feel punitive to you?
That is the exact friction point of this entire case. I mean, family courts prioritize the immediate physical safety of the child above literally everything else.
Right.
They look at recent volatility. But restricting a child's access to their mother to a mere 8 hours a week, especially when mutual toxicity is acknowledged right there on the record, it could certainly be interpreted as a punishment.
For sure.
It raises serious questions about how the court weighs historical reactive behavior against current calculating behavior, especially when figuring out the safest primary caregiver in the short term.
Which makes the next major revelation from that courtroom even wilder. We have to look at the whole Barstool video leak plot.
Oh, this was crazy.
Yeah, Taylor's lawyer brought up sworn testimony from her co-star, Jessi Draper.
Jessi. Okay, so this wasn't just a rumor, it was sworn testimony.
Yes, under oath. Jessi claims that Dakota specifically plotted to leak that infamous 2023 video of Taylor throwing bar stools to TMZ.
Wait, with the intent to ruin her?
With the express intent to destroy her publicly.
And there is your calculating behavior in action right there. If that testimony holds up, Leaking a video to a major tabloid is not some heat-of-the-moment reactive decision.
Not at all.
It requires planning, communication with media outlets, and honestly, a strategic desire for maximum public and professional destruction.
It's weaponized media, and the fallout from that testimony is playing out on our phones in real time. Like, Dakota's friend, Crew Eaton, jumped straight into the Instagram comments.
Oh, no.
Yeah, threatening to release interesting voice notes of Jessi.
Of course he did.
But Jessi immediately fired back. She stated she never sent them voice memos in her life and directly accused them of illegally recording her without her knowledge.
This is a terrifying trend. We are seeing private conversations routinely weaponized now.
Yeah.
And depending on the state's consent laws regarding recording, threatening to release covertly recorded audio isn't just reality TV drama.
Right.
It could be a prosecutable offense.
Speaking of situations where the entertainment industry collides with the legal system, let's look at another massive custody shocker.
Okay, what's next?
Over in the RHOA universe, Kim Zolciak just lost temporary primary physical custody of her 4 minor children to Kroy Bierman.
Oh, wow, that's huge.
It's huge. Kroy argued in court that Kim neglects the kids. And do you know what his primary example was?
What?
He pointed out that she left the country for a month to film 2 reality TV shows.
Wait, working?
Yes. He told the court she cares more about her image than her children. So now, Kroy has sole physical custody and the final say on medical and educational decisions until their May 21st hearing.
The precedent this sets is deeply concerning for anyone working in entertainment.
Exactly. I want you to consider the double standard here for a second. If a male actor goes on location to shoot a movie for a month, or a musician goes on tour...
They're praised for providing for their family.
Thank you. Does traveling for work to financially support your household actually constitute neglect? Especially when Kim has historically been the primary breadwinner.
It highlights a massive blind spot in the legal system. Because her profession is reality television, it's incredibly easy for opposing counsel to weaponize her job.
They call it chasing fame.
Exactly, rather than earning a paycheck.
Ugh.
The court often struggles to categorize reality TV as a standard occupation. They view it as a vanity project, which creates a highly visible double standard for working mothers in the unscripted space.
It's infuriating to watch, but, let's look at how male reality stars handle public accountability versus legal accountability.
Okay.
Over in the McBee dynasty, Stephen McBee Jr., McBee, has announced he is attending a 6-day intensive retreat for anger issues.
A whole 6 days.
Right, a whole 6 days. But this announcement comes literally right after he publicly humiliated his ex, Allie Eklund.
Over the rumors that she cheated on him at Stagecoach, right?
Yes, exactly.
And he only made this retreat announcement because the backlash was swift and undeniable.
Oh, 100%. Both Allie and his other ex, Calu, immediately exposed his aggressive, highly misogynistic text messages online.
So he runs to the press admitting he crossed the line.
Yep, confesses he has an anger problem and says he wants to break the family cycle of trauma, which, to be fair, is a heavy burden.
Right, noting his dad is currently in prison for fraud.
Yeah, but I have to challenge this narrative. Is this true self-awareness, or is it just crisis PR?
Well, checking into a 6-day retreat 24 hours after your worst text messages leak to the world feels highly convenient.
It does. How do we separate real growth from a calculated image rehabilitation tour?
You usually can't in the short term. But what is fascinating here is the speed of the accountability cycle today. 5 years ago, he might have gotten away with weaponizing a rumor to shame his ex.
Totally.
Today, digital receipts from Allie and Kayla dismantled his entire narrative in a matter of hours. A 6-day retreat is a drop in the bucket, but acknowledging generational trauma publicly is at least a step.
That's true.
It shows an awareness that these patterns of anger are learned behaviors, not isolated incidents.
And it proves that text message screenshots are the absolute weapon of choice right now. It's not just Steven, it's happening everywhere.
Yep. Court of public opinion.
Exactly. If we connect Jessi Draper's illegal recording claims from earlier to what is happening on Southern Hospitality, the parallels are wild.
It is the exact same playbook.
So Emmy Sherritt sent these massive paragraph-long texts to Mikkel's Pena. Emmy is claiming that Bradley, invaded her hotel room.
Oh, boy.
And that he illegally recorded a private conversation between her mom, and Will Culp.
This recording stuff is everywhere.
Emmy told Mikkels she felt unsafe, she wanted police involved, and she is openly threatening to sue him. Bradley, meanwhile, is firing back, saying her texts are fucking disgusting.
If we look under the hood of this conflict, the use of the word unsafe is what is actually generating a massive debate among the cast.
Oh, for sure.
Emmy's texts show she is highly frustrated that people are calling her use of the word a racial microaggression against a black man.
Which is such a complex layer to add to reality TV drama.
It is, and it raises a critical discussion about language. Words like unsafe or threatened carry immense, often dangerous historical weight when directed by a white woman at a black man.
Exactly.
The conflict here isn't merely about a disputed audio recording, it's about a profound lack of understanding regarding how coded language functions in society.
And how quickly it can escalate a situation from reality TV drama to real-world danger.
Precisely.
That is exactly why we do these deep dives, to look past the screaming match and see the actual mechanics of what is happening.
Definitely.
And before we dive into the next set of receipts, we have to give a quick shout out to listener Sarah from Chicago.
Oh, yes.
She asked us last week when the Atlanta receipts were finally going to drop. Sarah, your day has come.
Finally.
But first, a quick detour to Teen Mom, because Farrah Abraham, Faru, has officially sent a formal cease and desist to Janelle Evans.
You know, this situation escalated from 0 to 100 in record time.
So fast. Janelle publicly accused Farrah of pimping out her 17-year-old daughter, Sophia, for staged paparazzi sets.
The text exchanges Janelle leaked to back this up are so messy.
So messy. Farrah is firing back, calling Janelle a horrible mom, dragging Janelle's husband David into it, and basically telling Janelle she's projecting.
Wow.
Farrah even defended herself by citing the severe abuse she suffered at a group home growing up.
It highlights a tragic, recurring cycle on these platforms. I mean, you have individuals with significant unresolved trauma utilizing their massive audiences to trigger each other publicly. It's awful to watch. The cease and desist is almost a legal formality at this point.
Yeah.
The actual damage is being done in the rapid-fire exchange of incredibly painful personal history.
Right.
They were just weaponizing their own pasts against each other.
Speaking of weaponizing history, Sarah from Chicago, here we go. The RHOA feud is officially reignited.
Let's hear it.
Felon Pinu, is publicly calling out Portia Williams, over Portia's recent podcast interview with Carlos King.
Oh, the Carlos King interview.
Yes. So Portia sat there and took accountability for the optics regarding her rapid engagement to Simon Guobadia.
Okay.
But she completely denied any actual overlap in the relationships.
We have to clarify what taking accountability for optics actually means in public relations.
Please do.
It is a highly specific PR strategy. It is designed to sound like a heartfelt apology, but it's actually just a person acknowledging that a situation looked bad to the general public.
Right.
Without admitting to a single ounce of actual wrongdoing.
It's the ultimate non-apology. And Felon saw right through it immediately.
Obviously.
She responded furiously, posting, IQYFL, I know you're feffing lying.
Wow.
Yeah, she referenced Portia's famous 265 days a year, quote, threatened to drop her own physical receipts, and claimed her ex, Dennis, outright told her that Portia and Simon dated for a full year while Felon was still happily married to him.
Which completely shatters the carefully constructed timeline Portia's been selling for years.
And completely shatters it.
It shows that in the reality TV ecosystem, you can never fully control the narrative because there is always someone, somewhere, holding a receipt that contradicts your story.
It's one thing to drop receipts from the safety of an iPhone screen, but the dynamic completely shifts when these stars are forced into the same room with the people they've been dragging online.
Like at reunions.
Exactly. We saw this at the RHOBH reunion with the fallout between Bozomo St. John, and Andy Cohen.
Oh, this was a masterclass.
Andy gave Boz this incredibly skeptical, almost dismissive look when they were discussing the notoriously short tenure of a chief marketing officer, or CMO.
Right, during the reunion.
Yeah, and then he even doubled down later on Threads, telling his followers that every CMO he knew was a long-term thing.
Which was a staggering miscalculation on his part regarding exactly who he was attempting to challenge.
Oh, a huge mistake. Let me tell you, Boz's Instagram response was a masterclass in corporate checkmating.
It really was.
This is a textbook case of social currency versus empirical data. Andy trying to use his network clout and anecdotal feelings, right?
Yeah.
And Boz brought a spreadsheet of hard data to an emotional knife fight.
I love that.
She cited real, verified statistics. Out of roughly 346 Fortune 500 companies, only 1% of top marketing roles are held by Black women.
Data always wins.
Always. She broke down the systemic hurdles and then casually flexed her 2 Hall of Fame inductions.
She elevated the entire conversation right there. I mean,
Yeah.
She didn't just defend her personal resume. She used his skepticism as a vehicle to highlight a massive systemic disparity in corporate America.
Yep.
More than 300,000 Black women have been forced out of the workforce recently, and she brought those undeniable facts right to his digital doorstep.
He folded.
Totally folded.
Andy's response was total surrender. He just typed, "I was unaware, I am now."
It is incredibly rare to see a network host completely educated and corrected by a cast member in real time.
Backed by data that leaves absolutely no room for argument.
Absolutely none.
But, not all in-person clashes end with someone learning a lesson. Let's look at the Summer House and Southern Hospitality crossover beef from BravoCon 2025.
Okay, the BravoCon drama.
Yeah. Mia Alario, is claiming that Summer House OG Lindsay Hubbard, gave her the ultimate cold shoulder at the event.
And what's the underlying reason there?
Well, Mia went on a date with Wes Wilson.
Who is Ciara's ex?
Exactly.
And Ciara is, of course, very close friends with Lindsay.
The web is tangled. But here's the kicker. Mia claims Lindsay actually asked out loud in front of people, how many followers does she have?
Ouch.
To which Mia proudly stated she has 60K, literally comparing herself to a small fry chopped cheese.
That's amazing.
Lindsay is completely denying that any shade was intentional, saying she doesn't even remember running into her in the hallway.
What this highlights is the rigid hierarchy within the network itself. Established stars routinely use social media metrics, like follower counts, to diminish newcomers. Whether Lindsay intended it as shade or not, asking for a follower count shows exactly how social currency and worth are measured at these massive fan events. You are just reduced to a number.
Speaking of measuring worth, let's stick with Summer House for a second, because the dynamic between Kyle, and Carl Radke has taken a deeply bittersweet turn.
It really has.
Kyle shared a very emotional post expressing his pride over Carl finally opening his non-alcoholic soft bar in Brooklyn.
Which is a massive milestone for Carl, especially when you factor in his long sobriety journey.
It's huge for him. But Kyle's public post was incredibly revealing. He wrote that he wished he had written a small check of confidence to invest in Carl's dream.
Interesting.
Yeah, and when we contextualize this, you realize Kyle is currently drowning in his own financial struggles with his brand Loverboy.
Right.
Not to mention his chaotic, highly publicized divorce from Amanda Batula.
It is a profound emotional role reversal. For years, Kyle was the successful, bulletproof entrepreneur, while Carl was struggling to find his footing. Now, the roles have entirely shifted.
Yeah, Carl is launching a dream with stability, and Kyle is looking back with regret.
Realizing that sometimes supporting a friend's vision is vastly more valuable than fiercely protecting your own capital.
It really is. Okay, keeping with the theme of relationships and eras ending, we have to talk about Larsa Pippen. Larsu.
Oh, Larsa.
She is officially back on the market. She split from 32-year-old NBA player Jeff Kobe after just a year together.
And the digital erasure was immediate.
So fast.
Jeff deleted his 365-plus anniversary post without a single trace left on his grid.
And Larsa didn't even miss a beat to mourn it. She was simultaneously getting into a brutal Instagram feud with rapper Lil Mo over alleged Facetune use.
Of course she was.
Lil Mo told her to go to bed, and Larsa dropped a vicious clapback, saying she doesn't keep up with people outside her tax bracket.
Wow. You know, when a reality star loses the moral or logical high ground in an argument, the default mechanism is always to pivot to the financial high ground.
Every single time.
Because in this universe, wealth is treated as an absolute defense against character flaws.
All of this chaos is happening while RHM is currently on a pause, by the way.
Yeah, the dreaded pause.
Though Andy Cohen did give an update to Mitchell's Pena. He explained that while ratings were technically the lowest of the franchises, he wishes the show was going all the time. And he promised it'll be back.
A pause in this universe is essentially corporate crop rotation.
Crop rotation, I love that.
Yeah, you leave the soil alone for a season so the drama can naturally replenish, rather than burning the cast out to the point of cancellation. It builds demand.
And some paused housewives are finding entirely new fields to plow. Look at RHONJ alum Margaret Joseph Margaret.
Yeah.
She was just spotted filming in Palm Beach with the RHORI OGs for the brand new series, The Golden Life.
The network is really realizing that integrating different franchise veterans is a highly successful model.
It works, but my absolute favorite detail from that filming, Luann de Lesseps, Luann, was spotted casually wearing a t-shirt featuring her own iconic 2017 mugshot.
No way, yes.
You have to respect the hustle of monetizing your lowest moment.
Leaning into the infamy is brilliant branding. I mean, if you own the joke, no one can use it against you.
Which brings us to the brand new drama heating up on our screens. The RHRI Rhode Island Midseason trailer just dropped, and it is explosive.
I saw that. It looks wild.
We've got Kelsey Swanson, Kelsey, hinting that her secret ex-boyfriend, you know, the one who is literally paying her rent.
Oh, right, the sugar daddy situation.
Yeah, he is out of the picture, and she is getting a massive ultimatum from Bill Europa.
And the stakes in this trailer are incredibly high across the board. Like, we see Rulu Pontarelli husband Brian actually getting arrested.
Yes, for putting a physical tracking device on her car, which crosses the line from standard reality television drama into actual terrifying criminal behavior.
It absolutely does.
And then the cast discovers a shocking video of him, allegedly with his mistress.
It just keeps getting worse.
Meanwhile, Liz McGraw is going head-to-head with Jo Ellen Tiberi, and Ashley Iaconetti is closing down her cafe.
But the behind-the-scenes cast dynamics are where the real story lives.
Oh, 100%. Kelsey called out Ashley in an interview, saying Ashley treats the show like a literal 9-to-5 job.
Meaning what exactly?
Meaning she ignores texts from the cast the second cameras go down, and she only ever sides with Razy Damari.
Interesting.
Put yourself in Ashley's shoes for a second. And you too, listening at home. We all have that toxic workplace we try to leave at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
If your job was literally to fight with your coworkers on camera, wouldn't you put your phone on Do Not Disturb the second you clocked out?
I mean, I would.
Is Ashley actually the smartest one in the room here?
From a psychological standpoint, absolutely.
Right.
Setting firm, impenetrable boundaries between a highly produced, conflict-driven work environment and your actual personal life is just a basic survival mechanism.
Totally.
The cast members who blur those lines, who let the show consume their off-camera hours, are often the ones who suffer the most profound real-world consequences.
Like what we talked about earlier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what we saw with the custody battles and legal filings at the very beginning of this deep dive.
Which brings us to a final provocative thought for you to chew on today.
Let's hear it.
We used to talk about the fourth wall in reality TV, that invisible barrier between the cast and the production.
Right.
But looking at everything we've unpacked today, that wall isn't just broken, it is completely obliterated.
Gone.
We aren't just watching produced scenes at curated dinner parties anymore. The real storylines, the actual plots of these shows are happening via leaked court documents, illegal hotel recordings, and vicious Instagram comment sections. The real show isn't on your television screen anymore. The real show happens on our phones.
It requires an entirely different type of media literacy to follow the narrative now.
It really does.
You have to be part detective to understand the full picture.
You do. And you are going to need that exact media literacy tomorrow, because we are unearthing a massive leaked audio file from a reunion that is about to change everything we thought we knew about a fan favorite couple.
Oh, you will absolutely not want to miss it.
Until then, keep analyzing the evidence. Thanks for diving deep with us. Talk to you tomorrow.